Well, good afternoon, everyone, and we welcome you back to Noblesville as we are now set for the final game of the 2A semifinals, a game that was supposed to be finished on Tuesday, but as most of you know by now, with the lightning and thunderstorms we had on Tuesday, we got the match started, but unfortunately could not complete it. So that will be completed tonight, and then all four teams in the girls' state lacrosse championships will be set for Saturday. Today's game brought to you in part by the Morales Group, building better futures one story at a time. Aspen Creek Grill, why go anywhere else for delicious food? Burtner Electric, providing quality electrical services in central Indiana. Boilermaker Local 374, we're second to none in quality and performance. Passion to Care, beyond home care, where passion meets purpose. Clean Slate, inspired innovation that moves business forward. Piper Logistics, from warehousing to transportation and everything in between. The IndianaSRN sports page, wall-to-wall sports news every day. Check out IndianaSRN.org and click on the sports page tab. And by the Heartland Collegiate Athletic Conference, watch the best Division III sports on HCAC.tv, where you always have a front row seat. Keith Myers, Troy Derengowski. Unusual that we're in a situation like this, but weather does play a factor in spring sports. But we really got the game started. It was 2-1, and that's where we'll pick it up. 2-1 Carmel with the lead. But now you have a short turnaround time. Allie and I talked about this a little bit last night, that you're going to play today. You have Friday to prepare for a championship on Saturday. So whoever advances might be a little bit behind the eight ball by the time Saturday rolls around.
The blessing is they're 15, 16, 17 years old. So their legs will adapt a lot better than us being at 60 and going back-to-back like that. So I don't think that factor. What I think is a factor, though, I get the nod to Zionsville here. All of a sudden they played.
Yeah.
They're down 2-1. They have to go home. They had a day of practice yesterday or a walkthrough yesterday,
right,
and saying, okay, here's what we saw in the 7 minutes that we played. Here's what we have to do better. We did not come fired up. Now we got a chance to get a second chance, and you never know. Can you get those kids back up one more time to play a semi-state? To me, if you can't get fired up with this game, then you shouldn't be playing the game of lacrosse.
Question then is, does Guerin, who, by the way, is looking for a three-peat, they're waiting. They're going to be a little more rested. Now, I know that they have young legs, but, again, you're only talking about less than 48 hours. You come back and play again against a very good Guerin.
Well, the crazy thing, I really thought we were going to get both games in, because when we were here, it wasn't bad,
Yeah.
And then it got dark, and it was just one lightning strike. It hit twice, but – yeah, if you're Guerin, what you're doing, you're either here,
yeah,
or the coach is here, or you're at home watching this, sitting back, relaxing, going, I just hope it goes 4 or 5 overtimes.
Yeah, they'd love that, wouldn't they?
Yes, they would.
By the way, 2 goals scored already. Brecken Hare had a goal. Elizabeth Tamalia had a goal. And on the other side, the goal was scored by Alexa DeHart. So that is for Zionsville. And so we are ready to pick up where we left off. We have seen a lot of firsts this year in girls lacrosse. We've also, of course, yesterday we saw a young lady scored 10 goals, which we had never seen done before in the 1A tournament semifinals. And so you might want to stick around. You might see just about anything here in this semifinal in 2A. Winner will play again Guerin in the championship Saturday right here at Noblesville. So with 5:31 on the clock, a 2-1 contest, Carmel in the white, Zionsville in the green, and we are underway in this second semifinal. 2 very quality teams, and there's an interception, a nice takeaway. Ventrona there for Zionsville, and the shot and the goal, and we're tied at 2 apiece. How quick was that?
They stole the pass, and she knew where she needed to go, and there's the turnover early in the game to set the game at even.
Coach, I tell you what, and by the way, Ava, that is her 38th goal, just a freshman as an attack midfielder. We have seen how many times, especially you look at that 1A, the two semifinals we did yesterday where the turnover led to a goal.
Yes.
You've got to really take care of the ball.
Got to play defense. A lot of times, I watched those games last night, and it just seemed to me like the defense was not there for you.
Yeah, there were times where you were kind of wondering how a player could literally get through 4 defenders and score. So just like that, Zionsville coming out. See who wins the draw control. By the way, if you're looking for amazing fresh food and servers that genuinely care about their service, you got to try Aspen Creek Grill. They have a little bit of everything for everyone, and you won't be disappointed. Stop by after the game at Aspen Creek Grill in Noblesville.
About 9 minutes from here.
That's not bad.
Not bad at all.
Go there and get a good meal tonight.
Nice steak.
We'll be probably out of here within,
by 8.
Well, probably I think before that.
Well, that'd be good.
Yeah.
I'll let you buy.
There you go.
Okay.
I'll set up a tab for you.
Okay.
Zionsville ready to go on offense once again. So they win the draw control. They got the turnover early when the continuous play began, and that's a high pass intended for Vetrona, and that is going to be a turnover the other way there for Zionsville. So each team now with turnovers here early. We'll pick things up from the time the game started. No official statistics from the game the other day. A delayed whistle on this one, but you see the transition here by Carmel. Trying to work themselves into position. Riley Putnam able to get it down close, and another tip almost stolen away, but inside the 8-meter and backing it out beyond the 8. We have a whistle, and looks like we'll have a free position shot right here for Carmel. This will be Elizabeth Tamalia. Straight away pretty much will bounce it, and the save.
Nice save. Get that stick down on the ground, let it bounce out.
That's Hannah McKenna there for Zionsville. This shot will go into the goal, and a goal for Carmel. That's Tamalia coming back after the free position attempt, and they kept the possession and the goal. That's her second, and it's 3-2 Carmel.
Here we watch it again. That second chance, bounced it on the turf. Hard to stop that ball. Once that ball is bounced, you really don't know where that thing is going.
Yeah, your reaction time, either up and down, sideways, has to be really good on those bouncing shots. So draw control, opportunity.
The crowd is in this game, aren't they?
They are. Yep, and they're starting to file in more here for the 6 o'clock start time. Already offense both ways early. Draw control 1 there by Carmel. Sophie Mock, who, by the way, and we have a whistle, and looks like we will have a penalty and a yellow already against Zionsville. And coming out of the line, it will be Reese Godby. So Carmel will be man up right here. Now, if you're Zionsville, you got to have a penalty killing situation so you can avoid from giving up a power play opportunity here to Carmel.
That's a quick yellow card.
Very quick. So let's see how now the Eagles going to play this one. Defense will change quite a bit when you're down a player. Carmel will attack from the top. Inside the 12-meter, now the 8-meter, and unable to get a shot off the spin. Still nothing there, and then a goal again. This time, Sophie Mock. That is her 89th of the season.
She didn't give up on the ball at all. Continue to put pressure on the defender. And at that point, you double team her. She can look to the left or the right and to pass through that. Look at this. This is really good defense. And there's the goal.
Yeah. Well, and like Mock, I mean, let's face it, young lady, 122 points coming in, probably the state leader in points. If she's not, she's got to be right up there.
I got her for 90 goals on the day, on the 89 goals on the year.
Yep, 89 now. And a 4-2 lead now for Carmel. And what you would consider coming back after that delay, a high-scoring affair going on already. We have seen that in this tournament.
Yeah, if you don't get to 12, something's wrong.
Draw control won by Zionsville. That's their second after the delay. Quickly inside the 12, now the 8. Ball is lost and a turnover. Second turnover. Everything we'll give you will be after the delay, and there's a turnover back the other way, each team with 2. Well, let's face it, the earlier contest was won by Carmel 13-10. Very close contest indeed. And from a standpoint of love loss, I don't think these two programs really have much love loss, do they?
No, they do not.
Penalty will turn it over to Carmel, so the Greyhounds will try now to build as we've gotten into the 2-minute mark of this opening period of play. At the 8, and the shot and the save. Good job by McKenna.
What I noticed there, though, Troy, right away, once that penalty was called, Carmel gets the ball, they're running.
Yeah.
Nice
Down
scoop.
Ball. Yep, picked up. Zionsville heading back the other way. Hudson on the right wing as she'll go behind the cage. Brooklyn Jenkins in goal again for the Greyhounds here tonight. Coming into this one at a save percentage of .473. Just outside the 8-meter, the double team, and then forced out. Mia Schmidt. And now we're back to even strength.
You know, the contact is a little bit more tight than what we see during the regular season, but it is a semi-state game. Let them play a little bit.
Yeah, and the one thing that we've talked about, what we have seen in the semi-state game so far is, again, just don't let it get dangerous. And that's when you'll end up getting a penalty. Entry. Outside the 8-meter, the turn, and the firing, and the shot is good. Sydney Rose with her first of the day, and Zionsville comes right back and makes it a 4-3 contest with 40 seconds remaining here in the opening period. Sydney Rose, only a sophomore.
This team is young.
Got a lot of young, very good players here for Zionsville. By the way, Rose, that is her 14th of the season.
Something she tell her kids about.
Yep. Draw control, 2-1 so far in favor of Zionsville.
Look at this shot. Isn't that a great shot by our crew?
And you look at how precisely that ball has to be placed in the netting.
Yeah, I noticed you guys were talking about that a little bit. That ball has to stay still.
Yes, and that's a hard thing to do. Draw control by Zionsville. They lead in that category now 3-1 since the return. Got a whistle, delayed penalty perhaps right here as Zionsville trying to tie this one up. They'll have to work quickly.
Oh, she had opened it a flat. Defender picked her up.
Certainly had a chance at the 8-meter as they'll work it inside once again, or at least work it now at the X. 13 seconds. Good look here near side to Schmidt. Schmidt trying to get through 2 defenders. Can't do so. A lot of stick checking going on. Will she get the shot off? No. And wait a minute, with no time on the clock. And I think they're going to say the time is out, so there will not be a free position shot right here to end the first period. 4-3 Carmel.
We really focus on modern application development, DevOps, so automating the whole process of delivering your solution, and cloud architecture.
Is very important for mid to large companies to have cloud partners, because you can't possibly have all the talent you need to address the complex ecosystem of the cloud.
We advise them on all parts of their business. And then when things are defined and we see a clear goal, Clean Slate also then goes and does the work.
We have a team that is very passionate about what they do. We love to solve complex problems, and there's a lot of companies out there that will avoid, getting involved in those things, and I think that's why clients like to work with us.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by Officially Human. Their mission is to restore respect to game officials and recognize them as authorities on the field and the court. Thanks to our officials, because without them, we don't play, and sportsmanship is everyone's job. Coach, I'll tell you what an exciting start. What a way to come back. I would imagine both these teams were just kind of chomping at the bit. I know they wanted to play the other night. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. But, boy, they both seem to be ready and willing to go tonight, aren't they?
You can tell Zionsville's out of school now, right?
Yeah.
They got a little pep in their step. So, this is a fun game to do. Weather is a factor always during the spring, and, wherever this goes, what a great week of lacrosse that we have seen. And if you like this, Saturday you'll love, because we have games from 11:30 a.m. through till 8 o'clock on Saturday night. The 3 games up at Westfield for the boys,
right,
and then the 2 games here. You and I will be back with our crew on Saturday, 1 and 3:30. Great year to do it. I mean, we've been doing this for a long, long time. We're the sports leader when it comes to bringing lacrosse to you, and it's a lot of fun.
Well, certainly we have seen some really, really talented teams and talented players in not only the regular season but throughout the playoffs, and we're continuing to see it here tonight. Of course, when you talk about Sophie Mock there for Carmel and all the different players, at Alexa DeHart there for Zionsville, Claire Maccabee, Mia Schmidt. I mean, going down the line, I'm sure we'll hear those names even more as we go throughout the entire evening. So 1 quarter is now in the books. Circle ready to go once again. Let's see if Zionsville can continue to win the draw. Lead at 3-1. And this time it'll be Zionsville again. 4-1 edge.
Look at the speed right there.
I think the one idea that they really feel, Keith, is they got to get down there quickly.
Yeah, you don't want Carmel to set up their defense. And now, again, as you guys mentioned last night, every stick is up on Carmel.
So now the Eagles, a little handoff out front inside the 12. I think they want to get as many 8-meter shots as they can get against this Carmel defense. But also be very patient. Now you see the Carmel defender kind of extending the arms right there, but she wasn't extending them in a check motion. It was more of just keeping position. But I like the patience here.
I do like the patience. This is almost like a 3-man weave in basketball.
Shot's going to be knocked away. Vetrona, by the way, was the one attempting the shot.
Wow, look at that shove.
Yep.
Delayed.
Another turnover. 3 now for Carmel. Ball is loose. Zionsville will keep it. Ava Vetrone was the one who we were talking about moments ago that got inside the 8-meter and unfortunately had a stick check and lost it, so the penalty will turn things back over now to the Greyhounds. We had 2 games in the 1A last night where it was amazing, though sometimes the nerves were, I think, kind of playing early, but then everybody kind of settled down.
And then you had a shootout.
Then we had a shootout. Boy, how about that? That's the 4th turnover already for the Greyhounds. Here come the Eagles once again. Here's Rhodes, and now they'll work it back behind near the X. When you get in tournament play and how many times we've talked about mistakes are accentuated and really got to play good defense. There's a shot, sidearm shot by DeHart, and her 2nd of the game.
You know, we saw her get her 100th goal of the season earlier this year. She's worth the price of admission herself. Tied score at 4-4.
She is now to 71 goals this season.
71.
You know, it went high, came side. I'm sure we'll see it again here. We just did a little bit ago. You can kind of see how she can adjust that quickly.
Okay, so you were down early. Now you just tied it. Here's the shot again.
Watch this. There's an attempted stick check. Now watch, she comes back down side.
That is a tough shot.
Tied at 4.
Taking that angle, shooting at the same time, getting contact. Nice shot. I like the super slow-mo. I think that came from Patsy.
I think it did.
Patsy's new to our crew.
Draw control this time, won by Carmel. 4-2 edge still for Zionsville.
So you're down, now you're up. You got to have a little bit of confidence, right?
I would think so, yeah. But now you got to certainly get back and play against a very good offense in the Carmel Greyhounds, and the stick check worked that time. And now Carmel behind the cage. Very rare you're going to see a 12-meter shot in the girls' game, so generally they're going to always try to work it near the 8-meter. But also what you see is a lot of working behind the cage, and then you'll find players looking for a lane if they can possibly find one. The turn, the shot with the left hand, a little bit off the mark. The attempt again by Sophie Mock. She can shoot left or right. Ball will stay with the Greyhounds.
Both of these teams very, very talented. Well, the Final Four, full of just great experience lacrosse players.
Move to the inside, the triple team.
Look at that defense.
Wow. Brecken Hare was trying to find an opening, couldn't find one. You hear the Zionsville crowd very happy.
They are excited about that.
Greyhounds will reset it once again. Tamalia behind the cage once again, directing traffic there. Down the lane, and a knockaway with a stick check.
Whoa.
Yeah, good job picking that up. In goal is McKenna. Of course, you can't go in the crease there, so that was good news. And you'd have to hope if you're Carmel that thing bounces outside the crease, and there's a turnover. Third one now by Zionsville. Here come the Greyhounds once again. The dodge to the inside, the pass, and again, good defense.
Just seems Zionsville a little bit one step faster.
Yeah, their defense has been on target here, so whatever the game plan was coming in, it has worked so far.
Yes, come on, Riley.
The shot and the score. On the run.
Goal by Carmel's number 18, Rand Putnam.
Putman on the goal.
So Putnam gets her first. Riley, her 22nd. Putnam was the one who came across at about the 8-meter, because coming from left to right and ended up drawing a triple team, but able to get the go-ahead goal. It's now 5-4, 7:33 to go. That is now the fourth different player to score for Carmel. We've had 4 different players score for Zionsville as well here in this first half. 4-2 edge for Zionsville in the draws. Boy, and I tell you what, how important these draws are to give you as many more possessions as you can. The ball goes out of play, it'll be Carmel.
Well, they put that ball in play quick.
Yep, they're going to try to work it down as fast as they can. At the 12-meter, nothing there available for Avery goal, and so they'll reset it once again. We've seen so many times in the games we have done where momentum will carry 2 or 3 goals. Nice pass to the inside, the shot, and the goal. There is Avery goal. We just mentioned her a little bit ago, and she gets her first.
And you're right. Here's the replay, Troy. Look at this. Quick wrist, grounder, just hard to defend that.
You find the lane that you're looking for, and they find it so fast.
Yeah.
And that's just a big key. And that's hard for McKenna to try to find a way to do.
Well, because you got to construct all these people going to run around you, and you got to find a ball.
Yeah. 6:57 now, 2-goal lead, 2 unanswered here by Carmel.
Now I see why we play with the yellow ball.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, though, it got late last night. It was hard to see where that ball was.
Yeah, I bet it was. Yellow ball is for the old announcers.
That's
I've
right.
just been told in my ear.
Tied at 4 on the draw control now, and the penalty will be called here. Will stop play. Will be Carmel in possession, though, and a late whistle on this one. And will they turn it over? Ground ball picked up by who? Finally, Zionsville.
It's like walking your dog, isn't it?
Yeah. That'll be now 5 turnovers by the Greyhounds. And Zionsville back on the attack the other way. Here's Sampson up the sideline. Foul will be called there against Carmel. Loose ball. Good job defensively by Brecken Hare.
You know, with the speed of the game, throwing the ball in a wicket and you catching it on the run, there's no way.
Well, think how hard it would be if you had the long stick, too.
Oh, my goodness, yeah.
No long stick in girls play, but boy and boys, and some players play both long stick and short stick. So nice spin to the inside. Triple team. Ball squirts loose. Alexa DeHart is going to draw a crowd no matter what. And after the turnover, that'll be number 4 now on Zionsville. And here come the Greyhounds once again. Nice move to the right, and the shot will go a little bit left. Sophie Mock had that nice slide step to her right and looked like she was going to have a pretty good look. Near steal there. Zionsville able to get Sampson on the pickup. Sampson with the spin gets by another defender. Long stride here for Sampson to get Zionsville into position. Very quick second quarter, by the way. Nice pass.
Backdoor.
And wait a minute, we're going to have a whistle, and looks like we may have a free position opportunity here for the Eagles.
Boy, they cut across. She was wide open there.
We had a couple of those last night where they scored and you had to wipe it off. Noelle Elefante.
Coach's starter.
Yes. This is not a great angle, though. Certainly would love to have something maybe a little bit closer to the middle, so they noticed that, and so they passed it off. They'll look to the inside, to the left, and the score. Mia Schmidt. Her first of the game.
They're just doing it by committee.
That is now her 39th of the year.
Look at this. She comes across, sees the opening right there. See that gap?
Yep. You know what was nice about that is she was going to go right, came back left. You see so many players that can shoot right and left, and that's what you saw Mia Schmidt do right there. Two-sport varsity athlete in soccer and lacrosse, an all-area team player. So 6-5 with 3:54 to go here in period number 2. Each team, since we've returned to action with 4 draw control wins here today. By the way, Allie is on her way probably close to going to Florida.
Yeah.
I wanted just to remind you of that.
I'm just glad she's there. Hope she's safe.
5 now for Zionsville.
I'm sure people are going, that's not Allie talking. She deserves the vacation with the season she's had. That had a great year at Marian University.
She'll be back, I think, on Monday. Nice pass to the inside, and the goal by DeHart.
Her third.
She has the hat trick. Boy, what a night already for DeHart. 72 on the season now for Alexa.
Look at that. Again, got the gap. And then a little bit of contact after. I think it's incidental, but She felt that little shove there, but no harm, no foul.
All right, so what we have done now, we have done pretty much what we've seen in this tournament. Score a couple, score a couple. No lead seems to be safe.
Oh, no. And the defense, you get the ball, you're almost at 70% chance of scoring.
It seems like it, yeah. Well, Zionsville won the last draw control. They scored. They're now leading at 5-4 in that category. And you had two very good players here with an attempted draw control again. Who's going to pick up this one? It'll be Carmel this time. See if the Greyhounds can answer the call. Sophie Mock will wait for a little bit of help here as the clock down to the last 3:19 in period number 2.
You know, we saw a lot of games this year, girls and guys. The game itself just seems to be picking up fan base, and the kids are just really good at hit the goalpost.
Yeah, shot was a little bit off the mark. But Carmel with the first player back to able to retain possession. Spin at the 12 and the 8, and now they'll go near the cage once again, and now at the X. Boy, one thing about the keeper, McKenna, really got to keep your head on a swivel, and that ball gets behind the cage, and then you're maybe overflowing one side to the other. If that ball gets reversed quickly, you got to get back in position.
Interesting how they cut through the middle.
Long shot, and it might have been partially tapped.
I think so.
Looked like number 12, that was Sampson, who got a stick check on that last shot. It forced it to go a little bit high and wide, and so now Carmel again. Back on offense. We've had one yellow today, and then Zionsville able to kill that penalty, though they gave up a goal during that penalty.
Yeah,
killing.
but that's huge, only giving up one.
Yeah.
And now defensively, you've slowed down Carmel to a pace.
Greyhounds have less than 2 minutes now. To the inside, left-hand shot, good, and guess who? Sophie Mock once again gets number 2 here in this contest. She's now made it to 90 on the season. Mock and those players again go right, go left, and if you're not careful, one thing that you're going to have to help Hannah McKenna out a little bit is not allow those Greyhound players to get so close to the crease like that. You'd like to see maybe that shot be a little further out. I mean, look, she's only
That's pretty good defense right there, though, Troy.
You know, you had one, two, three, 4 of them right there, but still.
Yep. At halftime tonight, Brian Peters will be joining me at halftime. Talk a little bit about Lacrosse and Noblesville and how they've done an outstanding job running this state tournament.
He even gave me my own parking spot out there.
He did?
Yeah.
Is that the one that says for him?
Yeah, for me.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Pretty impressive.
Every night I'm right there, and
I had to park over at the apartment complex.
That's okay.
Walk over.
It's a good walk for you.
Had to climb the fence with all the equipment. It was brutal.
You did a great job.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
We're tied at 5 in the draw control. Another one by Carmel. That's 2 in a row now. Minute 38 to go. Love to get another one right here and build on that 7-6 lead. At the X. Pass to the inside. The lane was open for a moment. Low shot attempt. It'll be a stick check on the shot attempt.
Tell you what, that deflection makes a huge difference.
Avery Gold was looking for number 2 on the day. Boy, you can see Zionsville really trying to push those offensive players out near that 8 meter if they can and make it a deeper shot. This is Hare. Pass to the inside, the turn and the shot and the goal. There she is again. That's Sophie Mock, the hat trick. Now 91 on the year, but now 3 in this one, and that was just an absolutely beautiful play. Taking a look at it.
There's the pass, turned, and just shoots.
You know what was impressive about that was that she turned
the whole
to
entire
the right.
cross, yes.
Yeah. Well, that's why Sophie Mock is one of the top players in the state of Indiana, and now back. We're going 2 for 2 every time.
Exactly what we're doing.
52.7 remaining here in the first half of play. Winner of this moves to the championship.
If you're Zionsville, you like to get this draw and score before half.
I'd love to get that momentum back. Whistle, and they're going to go. That's going to go against Zionsville. So here come the Greyhounds once again. They are now riding the momentum here at the end of the first half, and Sophie Mock has been a big part of that already. Left-hand shot. The bouncer goes high and wide. That was Brecken Hare there for the attempt. She has 61 goals this year, 1 in this contest. Brecken almost had another one. Long shot, the bounce, and the save by McKenna. Hare tried to go low on McKenna. Now McKenna will just stay in the circle just to try to avoid any steals here. We're down to the final 1 second. Halftime, 8-6 Carmel in a game that has gone back and forth here in the first half. Your thoughts before we head to halftime?
I'm impressed with the enthusiasm for both teams. It just seems like you get that momentum. You score, and then all of a sudden you score 2. You got to play defense. They score 2, back and forth. You got to really like how Carmel has come and settled down a little bit. Zionsville's not out of this game, so don't count this out. It's going to come down to the last period, I'm sure. But both teams playing very well officiated as well. Yeah. They've controlled the game. And that's exactly what you want the officials to do.
Carmel leads at 8-6 here at the half.
Aspen Creek Grill, we are a from-scratch concept with comfort fresh food. You can expect a world-class experience on a great budget. We've got incredible specials, great service. Today's dish that we're going to highlight is going to be our Aspen Blue Sirloin. It is, again, our premium Black Angus certified beef, and we top that with the blue cheese crust. Again, everything that we do here is made from scratch, and it's no different from our steaks. We hand cut all our steaks in-house. So our team back there it's just an incredible team. Everything that they do, they take so much pride in. They put a little bit of themselves into everything that they do over here, especially since it is a made from scratch concept. We want everybody to come, visit us, enjoy some great food with some great service. Bring your friends, bring your family, come have some great food, have a great time with us with some of the best comfort scratch food.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Welcome back at halftime with the score 8-6, Zionsville Carmel. Second semifinal game. We had a lightning delay on Tuesday night, and the guy to the right of me, Brian Peters, and his staff, along with the officials, said, well, we're not going to play, and we'll play Thursday. And here we are Thursday.
We ordered up a good one, didn't we?
Can't beat this weather, can you?
That's right. We've got a beautiful evening and a great game so far. Fabulous contest. Brian
Peters is the president of the Lacrosse Association for Noblesville, and also the acting tournament director pretty much for this tournament.
Yeah, we're pulling it together. We've got a great team. We've got a all-parent, all-volunteer board of 12 that runs Noblesville Lacrosse. We get a tremendous amount of assistance from our school. We get the use of this beautiful facility here for all of our home games, as well as now for this postseason tournament. We've got just great support with athletic training from Forte. Our officials have been fabulous all season working with us, and we have amazing parent volunteers as well. For this tournament alone, we have over 75 volunteer slots that we have filled for this.
I saw that in my press release. I put that in it. How do you find 75 people who want to spend the whole entire weekend with IndianaSRN?
Well, it's not been hard, honestly.
Well, that's good.
We've got a great group of alumni that have been around the program for a long time. We've had several of them come back and help. We have youth parents, we have high school parents, we have high school players, both on the boys and girls teams that have stepped up and filled in slots as well. It's been a great team effort, and so far it's going off really, really well. We're super pleased and excited for the rest of tonight and for Saturday.
The board is very happy with the facility and all those things. That's working with Beth and her staff. And I know Josh Miller is the president of that board. He's playing, he's coaching, so he's got to worry about coaching. Got to rely on good people, and that board stepped up as well. One of the things I love about the coverage that we know is not only on YouTube and our station, but also on Twitter. People can catch this anywhere, and we'll have both championship games on Saturday.
Yeah, absolutely. And the broadcast, that's one of the keys to spreading this game and growing the game in the state of Indiana. The more people see it, the more they like it. I've only been around the game for 3 years, fallen in love with it. It's been fabulous, and we just look forward to seeing it continue to grow.
Numbers are growing on TV, which is good because that means young kids are watching and they want to go and play on Saturday morning, maybe playing instead of baseball or that other softball game.
There you go, absolutely.
You talk about 75, you knew you're getting this tournament. How many weeks or months does it take to put this thing? Because you have put literally thousands of people in these stands already.
Yeah. It's we were notified right after spring break that we were selected to host, and immediately started on logistics with volunteer sign-ups, with making sure that we had the facilities reserved. This facility is predominantly used for lacrosse, but certainly other organizations use it from time to time, so we had to make sure to get that set up. There are a lot of parts and pieces to hosting, locker room space, warm-up space, obviously the field itself, the stands, the parking. We've had great cooperation from the church and from Ivy Tech for parking spaces, and it just took a whole village to pull together and make it happen, and including you guys stepping up to do the broadcast with us, and it's been super helpful, and everybody's been great to work with. The INGLA board has been great to work with. Josh was fabulous. Can't say enough about Beth Bulls. She gave us a ton of info from the previous 2 years that Heritage hosted.
Yes.
And gave us some background info as far as expected attendance and kind of logistics and preparation steps. And like I said, so far we're just very pleased with how it's going.
It was nice that you allowed Troy to cut the grass today and line the field. He did a really good job.
Absolutely.
Cutting the turf today.
Absolutely, yes.
Man,
yes.
That machine he had, I don't know how he did that, but it's all straight. On behalf of us and IndianaSRN, you guys have been a jewel to work with. It's a lot of fun when you walk in. You know the facility, you laid it out for us, and it's been very good for us. I know we've had a lot of viewers, not only in Indiana, but statewide and worldwide. That's really good. Thank you so much for your help. And we'll be here at 11 o'clock on Saturday for the 1 and 3:30. There's a game before that, correct?
We've got two games in the morning. Yes, we've got a freshman, sophomore, Rising Stars All-Star game that kicks off at 9:30. And then the Showcase Junior Senior All-Star game starts at 11.
And our coverage begins at 12:50. That's the 1A, and then 3:30 for the 2A, and wrap it all up for you. A whole lot of games going on IndianaSRN on Saturday. Brian, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll take a break. When we come back, Troy will join me.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Back once again here at Noblesville. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Tam Sweet and Savory Cafe, where they offer traditional food like Grandma used to make. They've got a great staff, fantastic food. Check them out Wednesday through Sunday, 317-760-1640. And by Wheeler Mission. Wheeler Mission has been a pillar in the Indianapolis community for 125 years, providing help, hope, and healing to people in need. Give them a call at 317-686-6239. This second half draw brought to you in part by Aspen Creek Grill. If you're looking for amazing fresh food and servers that genuinely care about the service they give you, make sure you check out Aspen Creek Grill. They have a little bit of food for everyone. You won't be disappointed. Stop by after the game, Aspen Creek Grill in Noblesville. Draw control won by Zionsville. Ready to go. What adjustments do you see made? Going to have to be made here in the second half. I think really both teams got to be happy with the first half.
I think both teams are happy. I think Zionsville will put a lot more pressure and maybe double team the ball.
All right, let's see what happens here as Zionsville trying to get on the board here in the third. Nice dash to the inside, and we have an illegal screen right there, and that's going to cost Zionsville a turnover. That's going to be number 5 on them.
Now we have a late flag.
We might have a card here too. They did stop the clock. I think they just wanted to make sure that they got the correct call here. And the way that we're acting here, that may come back to Zionsville.
That may go to Zionsville.
Yeah, I think they called that on the wrong team at first, and then they changed it and eventually got Sophie Mock on the penalty there. So take the turnover away, and Zionsville will keep it.
And then, again, she pointed toward Carmel's bench. But we're all set. We're ready to roll.
I think it might have been just making sure that it was number 3 on white and not 3 on green. So Eagles will keep it. Very quick first half of play, and now second half. Winner advances will take on the defending state champions, Guerin, on Saturday. Boy, not a whole lot of movement to get through that defense by Godby, and a turnover. So the Greyhounds back on offense. First half, Sophie Mock 3 goals. Elizabeth Tamalia had 2. Brecken Hare had 1, and Avery Goal had 1 goal. Carmel's done a nice job. If there's nothing there, they'll bring it back and reset it.
Yeah, they're going to be. Well, the clock is their friend right now, Troy.
The shot and the save. Good job. Sophie Mock on the left-hand shot, but there is Hannah McKenna, went low with it. Ball goes deep in the corner, and Zionsville's going to turn it over. They had a chance to pick it up right there. They're going to call this.
She was out of bounds.
Yeah, she did. She tried to pick it up at the last moment. Ended up going out of bounds. So Carmel will keep it. A 2-goal lead here in the third. Ball comes loose, and a whistle. See if we have a free position opportunity here for the Greyhounds, and we will.
Let's go, Riley.
This is almost straight on, Troy.
Bouncer and a save. McKenna again coming up big in goal there for Zionsville.
But can't clear the ball.
Yeah, look at the scramble for the loose ball here. And eventually Carmel stays with it. Boy, sometimes you get those loose balls, and
man,
we saw several times last night where the ball just happened to get loose and went right to the person in front of the cage, and they scored.
That's called being fortunate.
Yes. Well, you got to find a way to reel that 50-50 ball in if you get an opportunity. So now Carmel down the lane, and we've got a
late
stoppage.
flag.
Yeah, that's going to be a little high swing toward the head there. And again, a dangerous play like that, you're going to get a free position automatically.
You know, earlier in the year, the officials would throw the flag. Now it seems like they just want to wave the flag. I don't know if it takes less time.
Hare with the shot wide. Yeah, they want to bend over and pick it up, Coach.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay. It's the second time I've been told I was owed today.
Getting used to it, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
So this has been a long time on defense here for Zionsville. As the Greyhounds continue to attack, and there's a left-hand shot. Another save by McKenna. Great job on the left-hand shot by Mock once again. Mock loves the left-hand shot, and she loves to go low with it. Unfortunately, both times unable to get it by McKenna. Whistle stopping play for the moment, and now Zionsville back on the attack once again. Coming up on the 7-minute mark here in the third. Zionsville would score 2, and then Carmel come back and score 2, and we've been doing that for quite some time. Eagles now working to the top, just inside the 12. Ball tipped away. Zionsville's going to keep it. Good stick movement there by DeHart. That's one player that Zionsville would really love to get going here. That's DeHart, but she's drawing a double team right now. That's what happens when you're really talented like DeHart. You're going to get a lot of double and triple teams, and now she reset it outside the 12-meter. Boy, I feel like we've been in a scoring drought for a while, Coach. We were having so many.
It's been a while.
Shot's going to be
nice
a little
block.
bit high, and yes, it's going to be a great save. It'll stay here with the Eagles. The penalty is going to go against Carmel. Got Megan Hauser on the penalty. So now the Eagles once again. First time they've had an opportunity here in the third quarter of any substance. Pass to the inside, the turn, and the save once again. That was a really close shot, but Jenkins right there to take it away, and we've got a whistle and another penalty here.
I think this is going to be against Carmel.
So Zionsville's going to keep it. That was a great save, though, by Jenkins. That was a
She picked that off on the hop.
point-blank shot, though. So, again, the Eagles. Well, you've seen now 2 possessions take up a lot of time. There's a turnover. Number 6 now on Zionsville, and here come the Greyhounds, and they are in a dead sprint now down the field to try to get in position. Inside the 12, and that's going to go against Zionsville. We could have a free position right here. They're going to say, nope, we're just going to back it up and put the penalty beyond the 12-meter. Putnam with it. She was the one that was sprinting from coast to coast, and almost thought you were out there running.
Yeah. I don't think so.
That kind of speed is hard to find. That's going to go a little bit off the mark. And who eventually, good play there.
Oh, they're going to give it to Carmel.
I thought Maccabee was there and actually shielded the Carmel player, and I thought it went out of bounds on Carmel.
I agree.
Again, I give credit to Maccabee for hustling down there and really kind of shielding the Carmel player, and was smart. Great smart play to try to see if it was going to go out of bounds. So now the Greyhounds once again. Pass inside and another save. Great job again by McKenna.
Second time McKenna, though, gets the ball and then loses the ball.
Yeah, she's going to do a better job of clearing.
Got a late penalty delay.
7 turnovers now by Zionsville in this one. Greyhounds will be able to have the possession. You see just coming back to about the 25-yard line. That is Putnam. Putnam has a goal tonight. Again, Sophie Mock with 3. But we have not seen any scoring yet in this third. The spin back to the left, and then the check to the ground as Putnam goes down. They'll let him play through it. Turnover there for Carmel. That's number 6. And here come the Eagles quickly back the other way. Caroline Sampson.
Putnam was slow getting up, Troy.
Yeah. Well, Carmel thought maybe she was checked a little bit hard to the inside, finding a lane, and the shot goes a little bit high, and I think we may have had a good stick check on the backside. Jackie Mabry was there on defense for the Greyhounds. Another chance here for the Eagles, but unable to get her hands free is Mia Schmidt. Now, the shot off the pipe. DeHart. Great attempt there by DeHart.
Long shot. Long rebound.
Here come the Greyhounds.
Numbers.
Inside the 12 to the 8th. A nice pass. Low shot. Score.
That's determination right there.
Brecken Hare gets number 2. But that fast break that they just ran there in the transition was textbook there by Carmel. That is the first goal we have had in the second half at 2:30. We were going back and forth in the first half, but now a 3-goal lead for the Greyhounds.
That's a big goal as well, Troy, with the time 2:30 to go. So you wait almost the whole entire quarter until you score. This game, now time is a factor for Zionsville.
By the way, the 2 goals for Hare. She now has 62 on the season. We mentioned Tamale has 2. She has 37 this year. And, of course, the big numbers by Sophie Mock at 91.
Yeah.
Alexa DeHart with the 3 goals on the other side. She, again, as you mentioned earlier, surpassed 100 for her career. Draw control won by Carmel. They now lead that category 8-6. It was an early 4-1 lead for Zionsville.
You cannot rest in this game. Was proven last night.
Yep.
The game is never over.
That is Tamalia, and that may go against. I'm going to take another look at the play there. That may have been a delay right there. So
here's that shot. Watch this shot.
Doink.
Doink. And you're the goal. You have no idea if it's going straight up in the air. Where is the ball? Help me.
And you better hope your defenders certainly help you as we're down to 2 minutes. Good job here by Sarah Hudson in the advance. Take that back. That's going to be 13 Mia Schmidt, not number 18. So Schmidt slows things up. And they'll work it quickly behind to Ava Vitrone. This is Godby. Nice move to the left, back to the right. Looking for an opening, draws another double team, now steps outside the 12. And now here's DeHart. DeHart turns, and that's going to go against DeHart. Turnover by Zionsville.
Frustration setting in a little bit.
Well, I think she really felt when she turned back to her left that she was going to have an opening, and it wasn't there.
Nobody there. Well, there was somebody
there.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
Exactly.
Yeah. Here come the Greyhounds again. Quickly in transition. Wisely nothing there, and they'll reset it knowing that the clock is under a minute remaining. Every goal, a nice job of stopping the momentum and resetting it once again. They're at the 8-meter, and they'll back it up. Sidearm pass, and a shot good. Sophie Mock, number 4. But that was a heck of a pass that set her up to get that fourth goal of the game, and it's now a 10-6 lead.
92nd goal of the year, right?
Yep. Boy, look at this again. Watch the pass first, and then, because it really was the pass that made the difference.
Goalie's there, though, right?
Yeah.
Just tough to.
Well, you're not going to stop Sophie Mock very much. Take a look at it again. Watch. That's the goal, the bouncer that went low.
Nothing else you could do with that.
We saw a ton of low-to-low shots last night.
Late in the game, too.
Yeah. Just
because they knew that was there.
Just never really, you don't see that many. But that was a bouncer that's going to be tough for anybody, including McKenna. Draw control won again by Carmel. Now they lead in that category 9-6. 20 seconds remaining in the third. Carmel quickly. See if they can get in position for one more. Got by two defenders. They can get another one right here. They'll work to the cage, and there's a nice stop there for McKenna. But only 2 seconds remaining, and that will do it for period number 3, 10-6 Carmel.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by Boilermaker Local 374. They represent highly skilled, highly motivated workers in field construction as well as metal fabrication throughout the state of Indiana. You can start your career with Boilermaker Local 374 by giving them a call at 219-845-1000. Also by the IndianaSRN sports page. Get up-to-date scores and much more every day on the sports page on IndianaSRN.org. And we also want to thank the Morales Group. Their mission is building better futures one story at a time. They acknowledge the whole person and their individual story.
That sports page, that's a good page.
I had a guy earlier today that said, you know, I didn't see that in the sports page. And I said, yeah, it was in there.
And then you showed it.
Now I showed him.
You showed him, didn't you?
I said Wednesday, correct?
Shameless plug, Troy Derogowski, the editor of the sports page. Everybody's got hats for the, you know, I know my job, Jerry knows his job. We know where you lie, and you're the editor of the sports page. You're the busiest guy because you're up early to do all of it. I mean, I'm up early, but you're up at 4:30 to get that thing ready.
I slept in this morning.
Oh, 5?
5:30.
Okay.
Yeah, I couldn't get up that early.
Right.
So, hey, by the way, how about Sophie Mock so far?
Oh, my.
4 goals.
Right now, I would think she would be the player of the game.
Certainly will be naming the Aspen Creek Grill player of the game. But here's the other thing about that. I thought really overall McKenna for Zionsville played very well in goal. She had to make some pretty tough saves. But still on the other side of this, you got to think Zionsville now got to get that offense going. They did not score in the third.
Here's something you probably don't know, but Zionsville has outscored their opponent by 50 in the fourth and final quarter.
Wow.
So, you know, they got 113 goals on the year in that fourth quarter. So they're long from being over. They're used to scoring in that fourth quarter.
Well, you think also, let's break this down in a 12-minute game like this, and we haven't seen a whole lot of stoppages of play. That 12 minutes can go by really fast when you're down by 4 goals.
Yeah,
so they're going to have to score quickly.
Right now, I think you need to score at least two goals in the first 3 minutes of this fourth
get
quarter.
This thing going.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, they're going to have to get Alexa DeHart going here pretty quickly. DeHart has 3 goals. Schmidt has a goal. Vitrone has a goal. And Sydney Rose has a goal. But they did not score in that third. It looked like they're going to have one of those days where they put a lot of goals on the board. And they draw control one again by Carmel. They now have 10. Again, those numbers, since we've come back from the rain and lightning delay that we had on Tuesday. To the inside. Nice spin back to the left. A lot of green jerseys all over. And there's a low shot. Going to be wide to the left. Shot attempt that time by Brecken Hare, who was looking for her 3rd of the day.
Again, Carmel get that ball and get that ball in play. Want that clock to run.
Well, here's the other advantage they do have. Again, you're up by 4. You can take a lot of time off that clock in every possession.
I heard, and I got to go back and watch the film. The Park Tudor game last night, they took off 4 minutes in the 4th quarter.
They could have. I stopped counting after a while because they were delaying everywhere. It looked like a 4 corners of Dean Smith.
Digger Phelps was good at that.
I'm sure he was.
Yes.
Back in the day, you could do that if you don't have a shot clock. Our producer just gave a shot right there to the final.
One of my favorite coaches in the whole entire world. Ouch.
Boy, Carmel again running clock right here.
Speaking of our producer, let's talk about our staff. Jerry Collins on the 1 and 2s. Nick is upstairs along with Patsy on the camera. Sticks is here tonight.
It's a 7-man crew. Carmel looking for an opening. Shot's going to go high once again. Goal had a good look. She stopped, stepped back a little bit, and maybe if she continues to go forward, she might have a little better look, but not a great angle.
They had taken 2 minutes off the clock. So there's your quick scoring. Now you're really, really pushing it.
Well, you always, when we were coaching, you'd always tell your team, hey, listen, we can use clock. We don't have a shot clock to worry about, and we don't have to score again as long as we play good defense and as long as we hold on to it. That's going to be wide, but if we got a whistle.
Late flag.
It's going to be a free position opportunity here for the Greyhounds and Elizabeth Tamalia. Tamalia has a couple of goals here tonight. Well, this really, you'd think there's 2 really keys to this game, the draw control and how many free position shots you can get.
This is a huge goal.
Straight away.
Yep.
So that's the 3rd tonight by Tamalia. She now has 36 on the year, and it's now a 5-goal lead. So not only did they run almost 3 minutes off the clock, they get a free position as you see it. That's always tough. I mean, you're thinking if you get a good jump off that whistle, and Tamalia did, you're basically one-on-one with the goalkeeper, and boy, there wasn't much McKenna could do about that one. If you're Zionsville, you kind of have felt now the wind has gone out of that sail a little bit. They got to get that mojo they had back early in that 1st and 2nd quarter.
Well, now what you just need to do is stop the bleeding and just play your game.
Again, another important draw control opportunity right here. Outside the circle, who's going to get it? And this will eventually be picked up by Zionsville. Of course, those defenders had to wait at the restraining line. And a turnover, yes.
You hustle to get the ball, and then you lose it.
9 turnovers now by Zionsville, and here's the slowdown game again.
Do you think you'll see a shot clock in lacrosse?
You know what, that's interesting. I'm not sure. Of course, like we talked about last night, but you never know. I mean, they could change that thing in a season. I just think that'd be awful hard to do, to add that to the high school game right now.
I heard you guys talk about rule changes, and she says that might be a few rule changes for next year.
Yeah, I think don't doubt that at all. Too close in, and there's Tamalia, number 4. That coming off the turnover, number 9 on Zionsville. So now Tamalia has 4, and Sophie Mock has 4, and we've got a timeout, 8:09 remaining, a 6-goal lead.
At first, me and my mom were struggling. I was trying to pay the bills and trying to take care of my mom at the same time. When I first heard that I can get paid for taking care of my mom, I was kind of skeptical because I had been doing it for so many years without pay. That's when I reached out to Passion to Care. I read all the reviews and I saw that they were number 1 in the field. Passion to Care has really, really changed my life. Right now, I take care of my mom 24/7 thanks to Passion to Care.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by Piper Logistics. Piper Warehouse is a group of logistics professionals dedicated and working together to provide our clients with a complete logistics package. They have offices in Indianapolis and Cincinnati. If you'd like more information, give them a call at 317-396-1023. And also by Passion to Care, where they're dedicated to helping you care for a loved one. Through Indiana State programs, they provide financial compensation. Give them a call at 833-420-6640. It is all Greyhounds right now. They have shut out Zionsville here in the second half and now built a 6-goal lead thanks to Sophie Mock and Elizabeth Tamalia, both with 4 goals in this one here this evening. Take a look at this last goal by Tamalia. You get a really good look right there. And again, when you're going to go low like that, that's really hard a lot of times for keepers to make that move down that fast. So you got to make a decision. You're either going to play it low and hope that they don't go upper corner,
or you go high.
Or you go high and get beat low.
The thing I like was to follow through. As she was following through with the stick all the way through.
Now that you look at something like that, Coach, and you really see how important those defenders are, because you need help for that keeper. That going one-on-one that close, it's never going to turn out good for your goalie.
And the goalie's been pretty good this year.
She has been real good, and she's actually been pretty decent here today. There's been too many opportunities where she's been kind of left out on an island.
Yeah, 8 minutes left if you're Zionsville.
That means you're going to have to work. They haven't had
a possession.
Nothing yet. Nothing of a threat yet. And we've got the call against Carmel, so the draw control will go to Zionsville. And now they can't afford to wait a whole lot of time here. They're down by 6. And DeHart behind the X now will have to work, because that's a high pass. It will not be a turnover, but that will cost them a little bit of time. The restraining line is right there at the 30, and I think somebody might have gone over the restraining line, one of the defenders.
So if the defenders go over that line, the ball's automatically get dead and you lose possession.
Yep. Doesn't seem quite fair, does it?
This game is very interesting. I love it.
That'll be the 10th turnover, though, on Zionsville. A delayed whistle here and into scoring position again. And Carmel on the board yet one more time. Waiting to see who they gave this goal to. Looks like it might be number 8.
Yes, Nora.
So Rafferty gets the goal, and by the way, that is only her 7th of the year.
You could see the response. She's pretty happy about that.
We had in the first half, if I'm not mistaken, a no bigger than what, a 2-goal lead.
2-goal was the maximum, yes.
And yet the other team kept coming back, whether it was a 2 by Zionsville, 2 by Carmel, but since then it has been all Carmel in this one, and now leading it by 7. the numbers are not favorable, because now you're thinking you're going to have to score a goal a minute here if you're Zionsville. Sydney Rose. Right at the 12-meter, and now we'll slow things up and work behind the cage. And they have not really had to test Jenkins too much here in the second half at all.
Down to 7.
Good give and go once again, but that Carmel defense very good at the 8-meter, not allowing anything to get any closer. Ball is loose. Patron goes down. 2 players went down, one for Zionsville, one there for Carmel. Jackie Mabry ended up losing her goggles on that play, so will be Eagles as we are at 6:37 remaining. Everything holds to the script right now. Carmel and Guerin, the inside pass and the turn and the shot and score. That'll be Claire Maccabee with the goal, and Maccabee gets her first. And they have not scored since the second quarter. That was a very, very long drought there for Zionsville.
Yeah, and almost maybe too little too late.
So now 6:25 remaining. It's down to 6. And that makes this draw control and every draw control really
Crucial.
Big here for Zionsville.
Very crucial.
Got to get them all now.
Well, if you're Carmel, you got to maintain that defensive.
Yeah.
Powers.
But if you get DC right here, guess what? You're going to run a lot of clock.
Yes, sir.
We saw that last night, as you said. With that Park Tudor team as well. They just kept running the corners and running behind the cage, and we even saw the hidden ball trick earlier in the day. I don't think we'll see that now, and that's going to go against Zionsville. So the DC will officially be given there to Carmel, where they hold now an 11-8 edge. And now the Greyhounds back on offense once again. Right now, this is a Zionsville team. You cannot give up one more. Stick check, and will there be a turnover? Ball still bouncing around. By the way, that's hard to come up with. And it will stay with Carmel, so no turnover here for the Greyhounds. You know, I know that you and I have taken that little yellow ball and bounced it, and when it starts bouncing, it's hard to get a hold of.
Yes.
Especially when you're trying to get it with that.
Well, you're moving, you're running, you got a stick in your hand, and you're trying to pick it up.
Yeah, and other people are
beating you up.
Doesn't seem fair again,
no,
does it?
Not at all.
Looks like we'll have a free position opportunity here for the Greyhounds. This will be Tamalia.
Add it to her resume, right?
See if Tamalia gets a good jump here on the whistle. She does, and winds up, misses wide left. It goes out of play, but Carmel is there to maintain possession behind the cage.
And now we're under 5 minutes to play.
So Carmel, this is big here for the Greyhounds just to get it back and, again, run more clock. And one thing you're going to have to do if you're Zionsville, you're probably just going to have to start fouling. Nice turn and sidestepping 2 defenders, and the high shot there by Mock.
How about the little skip? Huh?
You know, we were talking last night. The one big thing is footwork.
Yep.
And we have seen some players in the semifinal matchups that are just tremendous, the way they change direction so quickly. There's a check right there. The ball comes loose, and still it's going to stay with the Greyhounds. I think they should make that ball not so bouncy, don't you? And then we could maybe grab it easier.
I wish it wasn't as hard. I've been hit with that ball a couple of times.
4 minutes. And we've got a timeout here. And we'll take a timeout as well. 3:59 remaining. Carmel leads it by 6.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Welcome back once again here to Noblesville as you see the Carmel Huddle, and tonight's game brought to you in part by Family Source Insurance, your independent agent representing Ohio Mutual Insurance. Contact them today for all your insurance needs at 317-894-7000. Coach, if everything stays according again to what we have in the last 3:59, Carmel will advance. And so Saturday, Center Grove will take on Park Tudor. That is the 1 o'clock 1A championship. And then Carmel and Guerin at 3:30. Guerin, by the way, the storyline in that one is they'll be looking for a three-peat.
That is amazing.
Park Tudor looking for a two-peat.
Yes. And I will tell you this, these games are gimmies. I mean, it is going to be hard to pick a winner. It's literally could come down to the last play and the last second of both of these games. If you're going to not come here live, you don't want to miss it.
The key for Park Tudor, will he have the player that scored 10 goals?
The player of the tournament?
Yeah, I mean
10 goals.
10 goals in one game.
Yep.
Is she going to be able to play? Hurt her ankle. Now, the question is for Center Grove then, will they play better than they did in the semifinal? Because I thought that they didn't play as well.
Well, we had the Center Grove's St. Joe game, the first game we did way back in March when it was 12 degrees. And Center Grove, I think, dominated the game 15.
We were up 9-0 at halftime. I think it ended like 14-5 or something like that.
It was something like that. I know it was really, really cold.
Yeah, it was cold.
I was outside. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yes. So we'll see what happens there. In this one, I think it's a toss-up. I think the way Carmel came out here in the second half is big. But Guerin, again, will be looking for a three-peat, so that could be a really good contest.
And we won't announce that until the 3:50. This 3:50 time is over.
Shot was low there by Tamalia, but somehow Carmel able to come up with it again.
We have seen some strange things in the games that we've been.
See, I think this is smart right here for Tamalia and Carmel. Just back it away, force that defense to play.
I think that's why you called the timeout.
Well, I think here, again, I said a little bit ago, the only way Zionsville's going to, they got to foul here at some point and at least take their shot at a free position opportunity just to get this thing back. And right now, there's a whistle that'll stop play. Now, you got to be careful right there not to get a yellow on this one. See, this is the only way you're going to stop the clock right here. And actually, it's not going to because they're going to continue play with a free position opportunity, but you're going to get a chance now to get it back. Here's Hare. Look at her winding up. This may be a long shot, and it is, and the goal. Number 3 now for Hare, and you could tell she wasn't going to run in and shoot that one. She was holding the stick high. You'll see it again, and she was raring to go on a long shot here.
Looks like she was going up the bat and she was going to hit the softball is what she looked like.
Great shot there by Brecken Hare. She has 3. Tamalia 4. Sophie Mock with 4.
Well, it's going to be hard to pick a player of the game.
By the way, Hare, 63 goals on the year. Well, for Zionsville, I know that they're going to come up a little bit short here tonight, but had a great year. State champions in 2005, 2010. They're ranked number 3 in 2A.
Becca Hare is committed to go to Linwood, play lacrosse.
Draw control 1 here by Zionsville. Eagles will have to work quick once again.
Tamala is committed to Florida Southern. A lot of players going next level.
Why would you want to leave Indiana and go to Florida Southern?
I think the weather might be a little bit different. Man, why would you leave the booth to go to Florida? I know. I heard rumors had that you told her you would buy her plane ticket late Saturday night, so I wouldn't have to work with you.
That's a good rumor.
Okay, I figured as much.
Free position opportunity here for Zionsville. Well, the offense just not there here late in this one, and the goal will be scored. That'll be Reese Godby. So Godby gets her first of the game at 1:57, and the deficit is now at 6. You know, she, by the way, we're speaking of, if you want to drop names, Coach was with us last night, and she's going down. You're going to see another look at this one here. She's going down, getting off the plane, heading immediately to the boat where the, I believe they're having a bridal shower.
Oh.
I think that's what she said.
I see.
Right on the water. Not one time did she apologize and say, I'm sorry that I'm going to Florida.
Okay. Well, she told me in a month in advance that she wouldn't be there, so I said, we got it covered.
She can be cold-hearted sometimes, can't she?
She can. That's why we love her. That's why she works for us.
Yes, that's right.
That's why we cheer on Marion College.
University.
Yeah, okay. That too.
Yellow ball, white ball, whatever, you know.
You know, I have not been, our friend M.E., I know she's watching, has not corrected me anything I did tonight, so I must have done really, really well.
Really?
Yeah. You know, because she corrected me with the ball last time and the draw, not the face-off.
Yes.
So it's been a good day.
Well, Allie hasn't texted me, so from that standpoint, she must not be listening tonight. All right, draw control one there by Zionsville. That's number 10.
You know, the one thing that you can talk about this Zionsville team, they never quit. They kept working.
Well, they just went into that little bit of a drought there.
Yep.
And they were scoring even with Carmel, and then all of a sudden just could not find any points to put on the board. And they had a few turnovers, too. Shot wide right. Mia Schmidt on the attempt. Zionsville will keep it. Down to the last minute coming up here for the Eagles. The Aspen Creek Grill player of the game is coming up here in a few moments. The spin and the shot, the score. Noelle Elefante. Her first of the contest, and it's now 14-9. That's a great spin. We'll see that, I'm sure, here in a moment. Watch this. Back to her right.
That's awesome.
Oh.
Planted the foot.
Can you imagine being the goalkeeper and you're going,
uh-oh. Please don't hurt me.
Jenkins was thinking, boy, if that defender would just stayed in front of her. But that comes back to what we talked about, Coach and I, last night when she was making a good point. They work so much on footwork.
Yep.
And that defender really has to move her feet back to get into position.
That's why they would be better athletes in other sports, because of the foot speed.
Well, and that's just it. When we talk about that, these players play soccer, they play basketball, all these other sports, and all of them can interchange with each other. Carmel with the draw control win, and I think that's why players should not specialize in one sport.
Well, she was a fan of multiple sports,
yes,
I hope.
Very big.
Good, Coach. We'll also have the player of the game for you, Joe.
Final seconds here, this one. Carmel fans now beginning to celebrate the win here tonight, as they will advance to the championship game. They will win this one here this evening, 14-9. Coach, time to name the player of the game. If you're looking for amazing fresh food and servers that genuinely care about service, make sure you go to Aspen Creek Grill. They have a little bit of everything for everyone. You won't be disappointed. Stop by after the game, Aspen Creek Grill here in Noblesville.
And Sophie Mock might want to take her mom and dad, or they may want to take her to the Aspen Creek Grill to get a steak dinner, because she is our player of the game.
Mock had 4 goals tonight. She has 92 on the season. Of course, Elizabeth Tamalia had 4, and I thought Brooklyn Jenkins played very well this evening. On the other side, again, Alexa DeHart led the way with 3 goals. So here is our lineup coming up on Saturday, and you're going to see that is the 1A contest, Center Grove Park Tudor. That'll be at 1 o'clock. We'll be on the air at about 12:50. And then the 2A championship at around 3:30, Carmel and Guerin. 2 exciting matchups. Ought to be a great day.
Looking forward to a great Saturday. Weather looks iffy. Let's hope that holds up, and it will be late afternoon to get both of those games in, and looking forward to it. Again, hats off to Noblesville's Lacrosse Board of Directors and their volunteer. 75 volunteers to put this thing together.
Wow.
Want to thank them. Want to thank the Lacrosse Board of Directors also to trust us with this game, and I know we're very well pleased, and thank you to the viewer, as many of these games are seen live around the world in Indiana. But Troy, we get a lot of response back from the replay. Yeah. I mean, last night's replay was seen so much today. It's very, very good, and we're excited. Thanks to Jerry, Patsy, and Nick, and Sticks tonight as well.
And thank you for being with us. Carmel wins it 14-9. They advance to the championship on Saturday.